It's Weekend Update with Colin Jost and Michael Che.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Weekend Update. I'm Colin Jost.
I'm Michael Che. And Colin, you're not going to believe this, but the media is beginning to question if Donald Trump knows what he's doing. Trump had communication with the president of Taiwan, which violates a long-standing agreement between the U.S. and China. But in fairness, the president of Taiwan called him. And also, there's no way Donald Trump knows the difference between Taiwan and China. He probably just thinks one makes his hats and the other makes his ties. What did surprise me is that Trump would actually answer an unknown phone number. That guy has like millions of dollars in debt. I owe Chase $1,100, and when I see a number I don't recognize, I answer the phone in a Taiwanese accent.
This week, Donald Trump began what he's calling a thank you tour of the country, while Hillary Clinton, I assume, is planning more of an F-you tour. Trump's holding victory rallies in all the places that helped get him elected, like Ohio, Pennsylvania, Russia, the FBI, WikiLeaks, and Hillary's campaign headquarters. By the way, a thank you tour might be the Trumpiest idea I've ever heard. He's so egotistical that his idea of saying thank you is having thousands of people show up and chant his name. That's not how thank yous work. That would be like starting a charity, but instead of helping the poor, all the money went to a giant portrait of a guy who started the charity.
But come on, of course Trump is on a thank you tour. That's his element. He loves having a big audience. That's why he's constantly on Twitter. You think he likes having dinner with Mitt Romney? By the way, why does Mitt Romney look like an Instagram model being forced to take a picture with the man who just bought him a new butt?
This week, Donald Trump tweeted about flag burning and voter fraud, which some think was just to distract the media from more important issues. But if they're worried that his tweets are getting too much attention, they should just report them in the most boring way possible, the way they report a weather forecast. Watch.
This morning, Trump's tweeting about voter fraud with scattered retweets in the afternoon. Then at 3 a.m., a 90% chance of a tweet storm about Rosie. This has been Tweets on the One.
See? No one cares anymore.
Protesters continue to gather at Standing Rock Indian Reservation to stop the construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline. The natives believe that the oil pipeline could contaminate their water supply, but the oil company believes, nah. The Sheriff's Department began using rubber bullets and water hoses against the protesters last weekend. And I know that law enforcement is a very, very tough job. But at some point, when you're out there in 23-degree weather, spraying some native family with a fire hose on Thanksgiving, you gotta stop and wonder, are we the bad guys?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if Native Americans are asking us for anything, can't we just give it to them? We've basically treated them like Milton from Office Space. We just keep moving them to worse and worse areas and pretending we're doing them a favor. And this one spot in North Dakota is their stapler. Just let them have the stapler. Because remember, at the end of Office Space, Milton snaps and burns the entire place down. And oil, famously flammable. A new study shows that women in long-term relationships are more likely to experience a decrease in sexual satisfaction. Here to comment is our own Leslie Jones.
Great to be here, Colin.
Hi, Leslie. So why do you think women in relationships have trouble sexually?
Well, it's because men don't correctly learn how to satisfy a woman, Colin. Like a couple of weeks ago, I was at the New York City FC soccer game. And I was sitting in my section with a whole bunch of New York Knicks players. They was all 6'9", big old hands, big old feet, big old necks, big old chests, long ass fingers, long ass.
Yeah, we know we know where it's going. Yes, we got it.
Of course you do, you little salty oyster cracker.
Call me a cracker.
You're an edible cracker. And I saw all these young dudes, you know, who looked like they was born after Martin was canceled. You know what I'm saying? And I thought to myself, what a waste of good equipment. You know? They don't know what to do with it, but I do. I got 30 years in the game, homie. So I realized that I can help them. I can coach them, you know? I could be like a hung like a horse whisperer. And I whisper to all shapes and sizes. I've even whispered to a few ponies. You know? It don't matter what size it is. Don't lie to us about what you packing. Because we gonna see it eventually. And it will disappoint us. Do not promise me a rack of ribs and then show up with a little penis. And you don't have to lie anyway, because most men are fine. My entire life, I've only seen like 2 or 3 you might call like, you know, travel size. But even if that's all you got, own it. Even a thumb drive can hold a lot of data. Step it up in other ways. The thing men today...
Step it up with your hands.
The thing men today are lacking is confidence. You gotta have confidence. Confidence is sexy. Back in the day, we had confident, strong men, like the Marlboro Man and the Brawny paper towel dude, or Mr. Clean. You know, those was real men.
I mean, they're literally not real men.
Shut up. Because the only thing we got now is that cheap-ass Trivago dude. Always trying to get me to go to some discount motel room. Or that creepy-ass Captain Obvious. The only thing obvious about him is that he got a couple of bodies in his trunk. That ain't sexy and it definitely ain't confident. You gotta have confidence about yourself. And whatever equipment you gotta believe in it. You gotta see your equipment through our eyes. So, for all the dudes watching right now, go get a mirror. I'll wait. Now, pull your pants down. Raise your shirt up. Don't pull your shirt all the way off. Just raise it up. Put your shirt under your chin like this. And take the mirror and put it in front of your junk like this. And to quote Maya Angelou, no matter the size, in between your thighs, you can still rise.
Leslie Jones, everyone.